Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another interesting knife review / knife overview to share with you guys. This is the Vosteed Naga in S35VN, and then we have this really interesting ivory micarta. All of these, actually, it's pretty common for Vosteed in general to use, you know, kind of weird variations or combinations of G10 or micarta. But this group of knives has some super interesting combination of different colors of micarta. And this actually kind of looks like bone or wood, or it's weird, but yeah, it's micarta apparently, which is super cool. These are available, and for what they are, I think the price is pretty darn good. I will link them down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to Vosteed for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. This is a button operated top liner lock and not a plunge lock, which is very cool. I'm really glad that Vosteed has decided to just do this with so much stuff, because it makes a lot of their knives so much more preferable at this price point. No, the pivot is not a button. I know that people are going to bring that up. It looks like a button, and I tried to push it multiple times. It's just the pivot. So anyways, let's go ahead and measure this. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I have to do my full intro. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. The overall length of the Vosteed Naga, not a little knife, 8 inches. Blade length is coming in at 3.5 cutting edge. Yeah, 3 1/8. Let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. Any custom scales you find in this section can be found down in the description under Original Goat and Others. I just realized that I have my Excalibur knives reboxed. So there's up against the mini Excalibur, and also, of course, the full-size Excalibur. So this is closer to the full-size. The full-size Excalibur here, with this one being an 8.5-inch knife, quite a bit bigger than the smaller Excalibur. Let's put it up against the Benchmade Griptilian, or in this case, the Ritter Hogue. I guess we're doing this a little backwards today. As well as the Hogue Deca. There you go. And then finally, we will put it up against the Spyderco PM2, which you would think would be ready to go and out here today, but for some reason it is not. So you know what? We're going to do a size comparison that we don't normally do. We're going to put it up against the Spyderco Shaman. And then I think let's just do the Demco Shark Cub. I think that'll give people a pretty good idea. How is the action? Well, it's a Vosteed, and the action is great. Since this is a button-operated top liner lock and not a plunge lock, it has an actual detent ball, which means the action is super snappy. You can use this groove in here, which, by the way, they've milled little lines in there. So not only can you use it, but it's pretty easy to build traction if you aren't using like that top ledge. I think most of the time it's just easier to use the ledge. There's not an enormous amount of depth though, so it's not like, it's not like the same experience as when you reverse flick the Spyderco Shaman, right? Because you're getting your finger all the way you're getting your finger all the way in there. So the little, that little slot is not quite as useful as the thumb stud, but it is totally doable and it works really well. On top of that, the bearings are very, very smooth in this. I can barely feel them at all. You can see when I let go here. Whew, that is smooth. In fact, even letting go and letting the ball just drag against that blade surface there, right? Because the tension's there. The lock bar is pushing that detent ball into the blade face. So there's tension, pressure there, right? So you can let it go and let it drop, or you can just push it, let it go here, and just turn it sideways, and it'll basically fall into the closed position. That's really good. The action is awesome. The detent's awesome. I have no complaints, really. Even the thumb studs are super comfortable and positioned correctly. Carry profile. Thickness up against what should be, there they are, they're way up here. Thickness up against the Spyderco Para 3. So this is a little tiny bit thicker, but it's also contoured. Length and height up against the PM2 and Para 3 that we're hiding. There we go. This is a fairly big object in the pocket. It's not quite as long as the PM2, but it is pretty darn tall. I mean, like, it's right there in the same general vicinity as the Spyderco PM2. So this is a lot of knife to carry in the pocket. It's not massive, but it is pretty big. Let's go ahead and weigh it. So what are we looking at for materials? We are looking at this ivory sort of combo micarta, which is really nice. We have steel liners here, and then we have an S35VN blade, which I believe they harden to 60 to 62 HRC, which is great. I really appreciate Vosteed for going out of their way to just improve the general HRC range versus what we typically see on the production knife market. 4.8 ounces, no real surprise there given it's a pretty big blade made of steel and we have steel liners there, but not bad. Just shy of 5 ounces. Too big for some people, but not absolutely massive. Let's go ahead and measure the blade stock thickness on this guy. It's not as thick as you would think. I bet that's only like 120 thousandths or so. Let's see. Yeah, less. 116 thousandths, so that's cool. We'll do a hardware check. I'll get out my tools as per usual. My tools are very inexpensive and very recommendable. You can find them right down in the section of my description that talks about the tools I use on this channel. So we have a T8 pivot and we have a bunch of T8 body screws, which is cool. I'm not sure why we needed this. I feel like we only need 2, but we have an additional one. It doesn't really matter. They're all TA, including the screw that keeps the pocket clip in place, which you can mount on either side, by the way. So no big deal. Button-operated compression locks or button-operated top liner locks, they're not the same, but they engage, the lock face is engaged the same in terms of contact, right? They're very easy to take apart and put back together. As long as you have the right tools for the job, you should be good to go. Okay, we did the hardware check, we did the weight, we did all that stuff. Let's move on into the meat and potatoes here, guys. This has that, I honestly don't know if I don't know if it kind of gives me like Spanish knife vibes. You know what I mean? Like that classic Spanish knife with the long back end here. And this is confining to a certain, extent. Like if your hands are, I always say, just for reference, I wear an XL glove. So most people watching right now will have my hand size or smaller. If you are amongst the rare few of people who actually have huge hands, that would be 2XL by Home Depot standards, 2XL gloves or larger. You will be forced to use the choke up position because there's not enough room between here and here to fit your hands in without your pinky sliding off the end, which you might not mind, right? But if your hands are XL glove size or larger, this is actually very comfortable. The wire clip, I know a lot of people would prefer that it wasn't a wire clip, but it does not create any ergonomic hotspots. The contouring and that light chamfering at the edge make for substantial comfort when you're holding this knife. Jimping, very good. Choked up position, also not incredibly roomy, but enough, and it complements with the jimping well. There's also jimping out here, which I can't say is ultra comfortable, but it's there in case you want to engage with it for whatever reason. Definitely a more unique looking folding knife. I mean, it's not completely and totally original, of course, but a very dramatic clip point, almost Bowie. Oh, I know you guys want me to say Bowie. I just say Bowie, right? I'm not trying to be insulting to anybody. It's just like I've kind of, I'm 38 and I've been saying Bowie since I was a kid. So that's kind of just... that's just kind of where I ended up. But it is a cool classic, almost kind of has that vintage style look. And so I think this style of micarta actually complements that really well. Vosteed does a good job of trying to color match the hardware appropriately. Some companies will do like wild and crazy colors and then just completely incorrectly color match things. Like when they do the Nebula carbon fiber that's like red, white, and blue, and then they put purple stuff. Like, it's just weird. It's just color for the sake of color. And I feel like a lot of Vosteed stuff is color contrasted really well. And this is the case here. I think the bronze studs there actually match well. It would have been cool to see a bronze backspacer, right? And a bronze clip, but we didn't get that. That's okay. This is a satin finish blade. I think you have a couple different options for the blade finish, but this looks great. The S35 on this is going to be awesome. A steel that's actually made for pocket knives is definitely a super steel, is definitely a powder steel. And of course, their heat treatment 60 to 62 is going to be great. Thickness behind the edge, it's not an unbelievably thin edge, but it's also not a super thick edge either. I think it'll be fine. Lots of belly for slicing. I'll let you guys take a look at that plunge grind there. Also, where does this engage as far as the closed position stop pin? So I think it's actually not the button, but it's this one back here, which means it's engaging. Yep, you can see it. There's the line right there. You can see where it's engaging. So this will never, ever, ever affect the plunge grind as far as sharpening over time. So that is nice. The grind is even all the way down on both sides, so that's nice. The satin finish looks okay. I kind of prefer when Vosteed does the stone washing, but it's, to my knowledge, that's actually, actually, no, I think it's the other way around. Isn't the satin, both machine and belt satin finishes are both more expensive than tumbling, right? So this is just, it's just a preference. But again, I think you have multiple options there for the finish. It says Vosteed right here on the other side, S35VN, and that is it. Nothing else. Very, very easy to manipulate. Nothing feels awkward. Everything feels convenient and safe, so that's good. And of course, your fingers are never in the path, or they shouldn't be during disengagement, because you do not manipulate the lock under here like a liner lock or frame lock, so that's always very preferential, at least to me. The pocket clip is a wire clip, which doesn't look the best, but it functions fine. It's deep carry, just a little bit of the knife sticking out of your pocket, and it can be flipped over to the other side for lefties. Though lefties, you will be operating that button with your index finger. To my knowledge, they do not make a left-handed version of this knife. It should also be pointed out that this is very easy to pinch and roll open because of that fuller or groove there, or whatever you want to call that, kind of the Medford style rollout. It's very, very easy to do. So if you don't like to flick your knives out or whip your knives out, or any of that, you can just use that little area right here to roll it out. And that texturing in there does sort of grab your finger a little bit, so that's nice. The stop pin for the open position is right here in its traditional spot. There's no shouldering, but that's okay. No blade play up, down, left, or right. Just a little teeny tiny bit of stick, which will probably work itself out. It's not aggressive or anything. No pivot lash, incredibly smooth in here. And a nice detent, sort of medium strength. I think that this is starting to favor one side, probably because I've been flicking it. I always mention that that's usually remedied by a quick and subtle turn of the pivot. And if you want to keep it in place, you can Loctite it yourself. It is absolutely better that nowadays these companies are not Loctiting these pivots from the factory, because it is always much easier to just do that yourself rather than having to get in there and break that Loctite in order to adjust things. I am noticing here that this guy is still ever so slightly off center. This is probably something that can be remedied with these screws in the pivot. If you've ever seen my paper trick, you got to be careful about that. But in all fairness, these should all be centered from the factory. Typically, Vosteed does have their blades centered. Centering is not a typical issue with Vosteed, so this one might just be a little bit wonky from the factory. Not something that I'm going to, really call out and say this is a consistent issue, because it's not, right? So would still, at this price point, and considering that it is 2025, I would prefer that all of the knives, especially if they're sending samples for me for review, these need to be, we need to make sure that they're all centered. So anyways, that one little thing aside, what do I think about this overall? Well, it's a knife that's going to appeal to some people, just some. And I think the vast majority of people are, this is a knife that's made to appeal to certain people. It is made with all of the Vosteed quality that you would expect. And it is definitely a functional tool. The blade shape is great. It's not going to be the most well-rounded blade shape ever. But I think it's going to bring people a lot of joy, using it for just typical stuff. And it looks cool. Kind of brings a unique vibe and a different appearance, and it has the good locking. So it's got everything you want. It's, if you find these visuals appealing, this is definitely a good knife. It's, of course, I always think that for day-to-day stuff, something more like this, or what's another good example? The Shark Cub blade shape. I think there's a little bit more utilitarian, but this will still do your typical knife stuff, and it has that, for people who want that aggressive clip point, it's got that, and it looks cool. The price tag is $139. Now, this is a Chinese-made product, and it does have a nice steel, and it is heat-treated properly, right? We still have to compare to, other really good value knives on the market. And of course, at this price point, what's going to be brought up is knives like the Kershaw Livewire and the Bel Air and the Bel Air XL. Now, those are also utilizing steel, micarta, and Magna Cut, and they're made in the USA and are right around $160 to $170, right? So this at $140 and being a Chinese product doesn't necessarily scream ultimate value, but it's also not a bad price, and you do get the benefit of the button-operated top liner lock. I think that a fair higher price on these probably would have been closer to maybe 120. It's not too far off, right? It's not absolutely outrageous or anything like that. And with the blade steel being S35VN, it is hard for them to get it, you know, closer to $100. So I think the price is okay, not incredible. But generally speaking, anybody who likes the look of this knife, I think will enjoy it. I think that they'll feel like it's money well spent. So if you enjoy how this looks, the rest of the knife is really great. Love the blade steel, all of that. And you can pick it up. For everybody else, 140 bucks. There's a lot of really good stuff on the market, and I have covered a lot of it. So if this doesn't scream the best value to you, I can completely understand that. I would say look around a little bit. In fact, Vosteed's own website, if you want to stick with Vosteed, they have a lot of other products I think that are better priced, but so do a lot of other companies. So you kind of just have to look around a little bit. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.